Hey there, I'm Kurt, your Quadrant 2 project manager, and I want to tell you a story of what happened today. It's kind of a story of the human side of contracts. And what if it's like this for the private sector? But this is a public sector environment that I work in. This project management methodology, Quadrant 2 project management, Q2PM, we developed it for public sector, which has a very unique, different environment and different needs. As I've said elsewhere and written elsewhere, this type of project management involves, there's more politics to it. There's more human elements to it. It's not always about dollars and cents. Not that private sector contracts are necessarily about dollars and cents, but in the end, it's the bottom line. In the public sector environment, especially the public sector environment where I work, which is public social services, humans are what it's all about. You know, the services that we provide, that we facilitate, and that our technology helps to deliver. So that these things are all about humans. So I had a call today. We're at the tail end of the development of a statement of work for a large application. And the contract that we're about ready to begin executing, it's not really a contract so far as it's a statement of work. It's what we're looking to get from the vendors. It's a very well written document. The people that did this did a good job. And I'm really glad to see that the place that I work and the agencies that I serve are taking it very seriously. So about 15 minutes before the end of the day, my phone rang once. First it was the secretary to pretty high-ranking executive. And the secretary, it was kind of like getting a call from this president's secretary. Please hold for the president. I was basically told, are you available to talk to this person? He'll call you back shortly. And I said, sure, no problem. And sure enough, I got the phone call. And we started to go through the contract, four documents. And what struck me, and the reason I wanted to make the video, was not that we were looking for potential loopholes by which the vendors that we might work with might secure benefits in their favor, or which might harm us in some way or some other way. It's not what he was looking for. He wanted two things, particularly related to the technology pieces. That's why he called me. I'm the project manager for this project, particularly representing the IT department. So one, he wanted to go over the technical pieces to make sure he understood what they meant, which is good. Someone that's going to be signing a document, and I did have to sign it as well. I took a lesson. I'm going to take a lesson from him going forward. I'm going to try to give it his due diligence. I don't think I vetted this document quite the way that he did. But then he has a lot more responsibility than me, doesn't he? I was looking at it as a subject matter expert from the IT perspective and as a project manager. But in that capacity, I should be looking at it in a more holistic way. But I learned, this was a learning experience for me. But the second thing that he was after wasn't an understanding of the technology, but an understanding, trying to understand if this technology was a match for the current or the prospective future business processes of the organization, which I wasn't in a good position to answer, because that's more of a question for the subject matter experts, for the groups that will actually use the application. So I wasn't able to help as much in that regard. I was able to help more for the first part, explaining the technology. Although he had a good understanding, he really just needed somebody to double check with. But it was really that last part, that foresight, that long-looking range, that I thought was quite worthy of an executive. I thought, that's what an executive is. An executive isn't, stamping papers, salt and crackers as they go by an assembly line. They're using their brain to cogitate on the big picture. What a worthy thing to do. I was also touched by the way he told me that this and other contracts sometimes keeps him up at night. And moments of aha will arrive at 1 a.m. And he knows that he has to get up to record that moment or execute an email. The moment will pass. We've talked about that, how those moments pass. I experience that as well, especially with the other part of my life, the more creative part of my life. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video to share with you what I thought was a more human side of contract negotiation. Less about numbers or facts or legalese, and more about someone who has responsibility, wants to understand, and wants to make sure that before they put their name to the paper, that this is the best written document that it could be. And I respect that. And I'm going to remember that. And so that's why I wanted to share this here. Because talking about it helps me to remember it. So I hope you found it interesting too. Take care, and remember, make every meeting matter. Take care.